Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and I'm recording this after me finalizing to write my blog post. So this video is about the blog post which I finished writing and have already published. So you can find the link of that post somewhere around this video. It's either in the description below or on top of this video, depending on where you watch this, on Facebook or in YouTube. So uh, the blog post which we just finished writing is titled "The Difference Between Business Model or Business Models and Business Methods." So before I go into this, why am I going into this definition? It's basically truly and so much related to you as someone who wants to start an online business. Understanding this is crucial to your success in your online business. Now, allow me to explain why. When we are starting something online, let's imagine yourself that you want to open your online business, which is an e-commerce setup which will sell some stuff online which you are buying, let's say, in bulk quantities from Alibaba. So that's that's an idea that you have. That's amazing. You have an online idea, an online business idea. You're thinking so much passionately about it. Now, what happens if you leave yourself actively thinking about this for, let's say, 1 month period of time? I guess that you'll be to a great degree overwhelmed by a huge number of ideas of different ways to implement this, different tools that you could use. Uh, you name it, you will be confused. You will not know whether to open a Shopify store, a WooCommerce store, if Magento is what you need, or the type of marketing that you would need, from where you will get suppliers, how you do private labeling, or or buying generic stock. Shall you look for licensed products? Shall you create your products with your own hand and sell handmade products? So you name it. There will be, when you look at the implementation, there will be hundreds of different scenarios. Even the more you go deeper in this setup, let's say you are happy with your store, even the setup that you are having, and even if you finalized your store setup and everything is fine and you're happy, when you look at that level, there will be also tons of scenarios of implementations and tools that you could still be confused about. So that's the situation when we are starting to launch something. We get confused, we get overwhelmed, unlimited scenarios, and this could be really depressing for a lot of people. And basically, I find this definition. Now, going back to the topic of this blog post and this video, which is the difference between business models and business ideas. Business models, ideas, which is same as models, so difference between business models, ideas, and business methods. So I find this basic understanding crucial to your success if you want to maintain your sanity, you want to maintain your mind, and you don't want to go crazy. Understand this because it will help you a lot in your e-commerce or whatever online business startup. So it simply tells you that online business models are very limited in its nature, and they are like the fundamental laws of the universe. It's like very basic. You can't break them down into more rules because they are very basic in its nature. It cannot change with time. So the concepts are always true, regardless the location or the time. So while the business methods are unlimited, they are changing with time, and so if something will work now, it may not work in the future, or maybe the location also will have the effect, circumstances, unlimited factors which would affect the implementation and the method of the how you will build your business later on. Now, the misconception here is that often people confuse these two together, and they spend a lot of time trying to understand all the business methods, all the business ways which can make your business model successful. So you waste a lot of time there trying to understand everything, while in fact you don't need to understand anything from the business methods. Well, all what you need out of the thousands of business methods and implementations, all what you need is just one method which will work with you. So you don't need to understand all the different ways and all the different setup, and you don't need to become a programming expert or a marketing genius to get started with one way only. And you don't know, maybe you'll end up with something which will make you money, which doesn't require any of those complicated ways to start a business. So let's I'll give you a very small example here just to relate to what I'm talking about right now. Let's say you want to open, and like I said, the example which we started with, an e-commerce shop. An e-commerce shop is purely a trading business. So in its raw component, you're just becoming a trader. You're going to buy some stock, you're gonna put your margin, and you're gonna sell. Now there are 100 million ways how you could implement this. You could do Amazon, you could do eBay, you could do your own store. If you're going with your own store, you would thinking about going with Shopify, WooCommerce, or any other tool. Even if you want to go with Amazon, you would need to go you would need to think of inventory management or the management system. Should you post your inventory directly in Amazon, or you would use a multi-channel inventory system to stuff like TradeGecko, for example, or OrderHive, where we can sync your inventory in multiple stores, unlimited scenarios. So the answer is how to deal with all these thoughts overall. You create a basic foundation, and you take the very first steps in this foundation, and basically a very minimal research is enough for you to get started with something which you find yourself being able to start without going into the things, without thinking about the things which you can start. Just leave them. Start with something which you can do now, and let this be the very basic ground for you, or the very basic system, a starting system, which you'll be happy with because you took action and you opened your account with somewhere. And then from that point any other implementation tools, techniques, just note it down. Don't think about them. You don't need to know everything. Just note them down somewhere without going through the details. How you would note them down, work with them. Just put them aside and review them after some time, and you will find that there will be a next logical step for you to make after you took the first step. Because with the first step that you have took, you have made some progress, new possibilities had arrived to the surface, and you are most probably ready to take the next step. At that point you come and you review your best options, and then you will get to know what is the right tool for you to learn or to use, etc. So that's in a nutshell the topic of this video. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to just wrap up and close with this small line. And again, a lot of people, they confuse the goal with the ways. In our online business, I think the sole goal is to build a successful online business and create a stable income online and to make money online. So that's the goal. Now, there could be 1,000 ways. Why are we getting depressed and troubled with all the ways which we don't know? We only need one way to make it online and to succeed. And as they say, all roads lead to Rome at the end of the day. You just need one road. We just need to make you need this activity that will take you to your destination. Now, this activity is purely about taking the first steps without wasting time on the things which you don't know. So you just keep them, you note them down for the future, you make progress, you review your what you have collected from thoughts and ideas. Along with progress, you'll be able to pick up the next step, the next logical step, and from that you will be, making progress. This is a very generic video, I know, just outlines a generic way to think of online business. And in kaboomtheweb.com overall, I'm gonna focus a lot on conceptual ideas which will help you understand online business overall. So that's one very big focus, which is the basic conceptual things. We're gonna talk a lot about physical productivity, like how can you manage your day-to-day tasks, which eventually will run your online business. So I'm gonna build a lot of content, practical content. I'm gonna show you practical systems of productivity that personally I'm using to unlock and to create the smoothness in my day, so I don't waste time. I know exactly what do I need to work on every single day. And this is purely influenced by, if you're familiar with the Getting Things Done methodology by David Allen. It's a very popular time management book. Of course, I've took that basic principles 5 years back and I've built tons of updates on them, tons of refinement. So it's no longer GTD. At the end, I have my own way now, which I'm gonna blog and tell you a lot about in the coming weeks. And after that, after you get your productivity unlocked, you can stay tuned, because we are going to also work on our businesses and give you updates live, so you get to know more details about Shopify stores, about this whole thing, how does it work, how to find supplies, how to build up the store on a technical level, all of this, order management, how to do order management, how to do inventory management, how to create product funnels, how to bring traffic to your website and convert, how to also work on the back end, how to back end or the back kitchen of your website, where you manage relationships with suppliers and finalize deals. And most importantly, like how much all of this would cost. Would you need like a lot of money to get started, or just a very small investment, and so forth. So guys, please let me know what you think. Give me comments, give me questions, because the more questions you ask, the more I'll be able to direct my activity in the right way, which will best help you in first understanding online business, and then getting started. Also, if you have any suggestions about how we would interact together in the future, like I have a lot of ideas. It could be first of all, I'm working on case studies, which it's going to be live, so you're gonna see the real stores, real inventory, real screen sharing, where you will see the orders live happening in the website. But other than that, let me know how can you what you want to know more about online business overall, or any other question that you have. So I'll sign out for now, and I hope to see you in the coming videos. Cheers.